I'm Matt from BROWNBEAR and this is Stop the World. I feel the world around me is crashing down, but I can't seem to find my own way out. I've been searching for something lost but never found, and nothing feels as good as the first time around. Stop the world, 'cause I wanna stop the world. I've had enough. Hey! With every door I open, well, nothing changed. The same old city, the same old waiting games. Well, I took every chance there was to take. Curses to the man that said fortune that favors the brave. Stop the world, 'cause I wanna stop the world. I've had enough. So bored of this feeling, I think it's time to find a new high. A little something to pick me up when you hang me out to dry. You say I don't need it, it's like the blind were leading the blind. But I finally found the cure to survive a life lived on the line. Stop the world, I wanna stop the world. I've had enough. Hey!
Yeah, I think with What Is Home, like we'd recorded it a year or so before it came out, and we'd had a lot of promises about what could or couldn't happen with it, and nothing did happen behind the scenes. And I just made the decision I'm going to go for it and put it out myself, and that's kind of scary. And we didn't know how it would land, and the response has been great. And I don't think it had the initial hit that you would hope for as a band, but it's lasted. It seems to, like, you know, I still have people tweet and say they've just bought it, and then coming on to what you were saying about Tim's listening party, you know, that gave it a new lease of life, and people hearing it for the first time. And it's a great thing about having a first record is that's a starting point, and if you're growing naturally and it's not a big invested thing, you know, it's something to go. It's a bit of like insight into the band, and it keeps going and picking up momentum. And it's been nice to see that, you know, we're now maybe almost 4 years on, is that right, from its release, like, and people are still discovering it, and it's still, to the people who have discovered it at the start, they still listen to it. And I'm really proud of that as a record, because it hopefully shows that the songs like had something real about them, and that's connected with people. Alright, this is a new one. It's called Close Call.
The next time it's a rainy day, make sure that you call. Dust of all your records and bring the whole collection. I'll sing your favorite song. It's the last chance for you and I. Our paths won't cross again, 'cause we're both getting older. Our timing's getting slower. The record's broken again. I'll keep falling, but you're not bothered. Tell yourself that nobody here's to blame, but you're the square one. I'll give it half an hour before it turns sour. You pack your bags and you run. I'll keep calling, but you're not bothered. Tell yourself that nobody is to blame, but you're the one that said you don't feel the same. Life's not easy when you're playing games. You stopped and stalled another close caller, so you claim. It's been a long time coming, it's make or break. It's been a long time coming, it's make or break. It's been a long time coming, it's make or break. It's been a long time coming for short-term loving. It's been a long time coming, it's make or break. It's been a long time coming, it's make or break. It's been a long time coming, it's make or break. It's been a long time coming for short-term lovers. Tell yourself that nobody here's to blame, but you're the one that said you don't feel the same. Life's not easy when you're playing games. You stopped and stalled another close caller, so you claim.
Yeah, I'm just excited to be doing new music, and it's got a different vibe. And I know you're probably gonna come on to this, but like obviously I've got this thing like I want indie soul to be a genre and to be a thing, and I'm like, well, I'm going for it. And when I went in to make this record, I said like I want it to be indie soul, and I've done the indie thing, and I love soul music, and I've become a lot more musical as I've got older. And with everything you do, you learn every time you do something, and I was like, I want to expand that a bit, and I play keys in the new record, ukulele as well as guitar, and I wanted to stay true to what we've done, but also veer off and try some new sounds. And for me, like I said, like that first record still has people finding it, and that record is what it is. So it's time to do something new. And I mean, it's not like we've gone and recreated ourselves, or it's a choice. It's just a natural growth, and it's like an exploration. As a songwriter, I think you do that. I think you want to always challenge yourself, and yeah, hopefully we've stumbled onto a kind of special thing that's still our sound, but maybe is a kind of a new sound. And I think there's a lot of artists that have a wee hint towards it, and no one's maybe quite thought that's what we should do. And it's funny because if you meet people that love indie, they always love Motown or like Northern Soul, right? But like they seem like they're worlds apart, and I don't really feel that they are, because at the core of it is songs, and really great songs. So hopefully we've done that justice, and we've done something a little bit different, but that people can still relate to in the same way. And again, like I really hope it's a way for us to take the next step. But we're independent, and that makes it hard because you're doing it yourself. You don't have investment, but that's part of the challenge and part of the journey. It's a world of difference when we're all in the same team, and I think from my short time in film, it's so collaborative. Everyone expects to work together, and there's a weird thing in music where we don't, but it's so great. Like I've got to meet Sylvie and Dictator through Twitter, and I met Sylvie in real life now, and still to meet Dictator in real life. Bems, like we're all not all in the same genre, the same sound, but we've got this love and support, and I think we all in Scotland understand that. We can all compete and act like, is it this or that? But at the end of the day, when it gets down south, like people are like, oh, we've never heard anyone in Scotland, so we're all in it together. Like, and I believe the Scottish scene has so much to offer, and I believe that we should be our own market. Like, we should be exporting into the market, not trying to be signed in London and coming back. So, yeah, I'm just really proud to be part of the scene right now, because it is a lot different from when it started. And like Mark Sharp's like, what a man, like what an amazing human, and we became really friendly over the lockdown. And like you said, Jamie Coleman, Carly Connor, Billy Mitchell, like you can go to any city and name people who, like, whether it's Dunfermline or East Lothian or Ayrshire with like Lyle and Kennedy and all the projects he's doing. It's like there's a wealth of talent out there. I just hope that we find a way to get an infrastructure and a system behind it that means that we can really start to succeed. And I'd love to see a lot more records stay in Scotland, because I feel like we do this thing where we kind of leave, or we feel we have to leave, and I think we've got so much to offer, and it's how we mobilise the public behind us, and the general public that maybe don't get as involved with unsigned music because it's not on the commercial radio. And again, like, this is a call it, like, I hope that people like the Bauer Group, like Clyde, and I think it's at Hartford here, and it's West FM in Ayrshire. I just hope they do a little bit more, and because for them right now, they think supporting Scottish music's playing like Callum Beattie or Paolo or the Snuts or people that are in major labels. Like, they need to support artists who are independent, who are at major label standard, and they need that infrastructure, and they could put them out. And same for clubs, you know, there's some clubs that are doing amazing work, like Dunfermline are really good for supporting new acts. Seems to be a lot of the East clubs, or really West, and you'd like to see that at the bigger Premiership clubs where they had more of a feature for new music, because football and music go hand in hand at the end of the day, you know, and the same goes for other sports. So yeah, I really think that we've got an amazing scene, and I hope that everyone gets behind it and realises that we've got like a huge thing here that could be like a massive export for the country, you know. And right now it's kind of a sleeping giant, in it. It's like it's just waiting for that right mobilisation where we go, this is it, you know. Yeah, this song is the latest single, One More Night, and it's out now, the video's out now, and it's a lot of fun, so yeah, watch it.
They say opposites attract. Every day I'm more like you. No one wants for this to end, but we both know that it should. And we say, one more night won't kill us, but no amount of time will save this love. In the morning when it's all said and done, why do we still hurt? You start to pack your bags, you're moving on to better things. You take one last look back in desperate hope that things might change. And you say, one more night won't kill us, but no amount of time will save this love. In the morning when it's all said and done, why do we still hurt? Oh, why do we? We're only delaying while we already know the time has come for us to move on. Even though one more night won't kill us, but no amount of time will save the love. In the morning when it's all said and done, one more night won't kill us, but no amount of time will save the love. In the morning when it's all said and done, why do we still hurt? Oh, why do we still hurt?
It's so amazing. Like, it's such a strange thing, and there's people I'm sure watching that haven't seen it, and it'll maybe make more sense when they do. But to even pitch that idea for a video was mad. Then when we started getting into production, folk were like, "This is still mad." And we actually finished it so long ago. It was kind of gutting that it took so long to come out. But lockdown and all these things have a factor in it. And for us, by the time it came out, you know, like the puppeteer Stacey Mitchell, who's amazing, and it's actually my partner now, but we met through the shoot, so it's like one of those things that's got like a really great like really great meaning for me because like that's how we met. And but when we got to even release date, we were like, is this good or not? Because we've sat in an edit, and when you're editing for a puppet, like it's not like a human where it's like if the take's wrong, it just looks lifeless. So we sat in an edit for, honestly, that's the longest edit I've ever been in for a video. So it's not funny to us by the end, and we're like, is this even good? Is people going to enjoy it? And then when people are reacting and it's funny and the humor's like, oh god, it's just because we've seen it so much. But we wanted to do something fun, you know. It's been a bizarre 2 years, right? And coming back doing something serious or try to take yourself too seriously, we went, let's just do something that's funny. And you know, we got a bit of social commentary in the last 2 years, but it's done tongue in cheek. Everyone can have a laugh about it. Hopefully anyone that takes themselves like too seriously can see how ridiculous they are for doing that. I don't know, but we just wanted to have a bit of fun. And yeah, I'm super proud of it, and the response has been amazing. And as I feel like you were saying, like I do feel like people are, when we say we're going to release a song, I think they almost wait for the video more than the song now. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing for me, but it's just a nice feeling to go out and do it. And I love making videos, and I love like the narrative of it. So it's just our thing. Like that's what we have such a passion for, that I suppose like that to me is almost as much as importance on that as the single or the song. Yeah, I think we're discussing doing some shows in April, maybe further afield, in Scotland, and we've got some more dates penciled in for Scotland in June. We've got some English dates up for discussion in June, and then we're just gonna start planning an album show. Like we know the album's done now. We need to figure out how and when we release it. And yeah, I want to build towards a big St Luke's. That's the target from the launch show. I want to do the launch show at St Luke's. I think it's a magnificent venue, and then build from there. And so I imagine if we do the album this year, it'll be the one show, and then next year we'll tour again, and then I don't know what happens after that. Like it depends on demand on it, but obviously like I'm doing a bit more film, so like I know that at some point I'm going off to do another short, and I'm starting to write like towards my first feature and stuff. So it's been a kind of crazy time for me, and we've got a lot of stuff to do with the videos and what we want to do for this record. So I'm just doing what I always do, which is being creative and jumping between projects, and that makes me love it, if you know what I mean, because I love music. I listen to it every day, and I'm still obsessed with it. But sometimes you get tired of it, and it's a bit of a slog. And any band that will come in will tell you there's a lot of ups and downs, and sometimes the knocks set you back. And I find going off and doing other projects and coming back to it, I always keep my love for it, and I keep that passion. And hopefully that means that we keep that passion, and we hit the road, and we put on some great shows for folk. And if you want to see us somewhere, tell us, and hopefully we can come. I always try and do it like that, you know. And so that's the plan, I think. But I do it all myself. Like we don't have management or anything. Like I manage Brown Bear and do all the bookings and everything. Like do all the releases and the radio and the press. So it's like, it's really hard. And then you get to the end of a cycle and you go, what do I do now? And it's the silence. So we're trying to build a team and hopefully take some of that pressure off this time, because I think it's starting to reach a stage we can't really look after everything as a group or as an individual. But I don't know, that's hopefully an exciting challenge in itself. Yeah, this song's called Wrong Team.
Hey, could you lend a helping hand? I could really use a friend. I've never been one. I should have thought you looked like someone that I could trust. I just want this pain to end. Then I know I need a change. I've been rooting for the wrong team. I should be cheating on myself. I've never been the greatest judge of character. Oh, I keep doing what I'm doing, and I hope it works out well. Yeah, I hope it works out well. And This time you got some hair. Poking blood, and you like I won't, thank God I won't see the light. And then I realize I'm not well, and I know I need a change. I've been rooting for the wrong team. I should be cheating on myself. I've never been the greatest judge of character. Oh, I keep doing what I'm told, and I hope it works out well. Yeah, I hope it works out well. I need a change. I've been rooting for the wrong team. I should be cheating on myself, but I've never been the greatest judge of character. Oh, I keep doing what I'm told, and I hope it works out. I need a change. I've been rooting for the wrong team. I should be cheating on myself. I've never been the greatest judge of character. Oh, I keep doing what I'm told, and I hope it works out well. Yeah, I hope it works out well. I hope it works out. Yeah, I hope it works out well. We made it.